They say the ego doesn't die through power, it dies through humility. But one sage once learned that lesson the hardest way possible. In an ancient forest, a saint lived in deep meditation for 12 long years. He ate nothing but the dry bark of trees and devoted every breath to his spiritual practice. Over time, his aura grew so radiant that even the gods took notice. One day, the god of desire, Kama, appeared before him and said, "So you think you've conquered desire?" The sage replied, "I've not just conquered you, I've conquered thousands like you." Kama smiled. "Then prepare yourself," he said, drawing his divine bow. The sage warned, "If you dare test me, I'll burn you to ashes." Kama only laughed and vanished. Soon after, strange things began to happen. The trees that once gave the sage dry bark suddenly began to ooze with sweet halva, rich, fragrant, irresistible. The sage thought, "Perhaps the forest is blessing me out of fear of my power," and he began to eat. Each day, the sweetness grew stronger. His body, once thin and austere, began to fill with flesh again. And one evening, as the sun set, he heard the gentle sound of anklets and saw a young woman approaching with a bowl of halva. The sage stopped her. "Who are you? Were you the one preparing this?" "Yes, Lord," she said softly, trembling. "I was afraid. I only wished to serve you." The sage smiled. "You've given me more joy in months than I've felt in years. Don't fear. Come every day with your bowl." And so she came. Days turned into weeks, and their bond deepened. One day, the sage asked, "Why do you live in this forest?" She said, "I live with my mother, a woman of great penance." The sage said, "Then one day you'll marry. Will you accept me?" She replied, "That is for my mother to decide." The next day she returned, her face pale. "My mother agreed, but only if you fulfill one condition." "What condition?" the sage asked. "You must blacken your face, make me sit on your back and crawl on your knees from your hut to hers." The sage was silent for a moment, then said, "If this will unite us, I agree." He blackened his face, carried her on his back, and crawled through the forest. As he reached her mother's hut, Kama appeared again, smiling. "Do you see now?" he said. "This is my illusion. You thought you had destroyed desire, but here you are, crawling with it on your back." The sage bowed his head. "I see now. My penance was never lost, it was only tested. You showed me that even pride in one's purity is still ego. Even the greatest sages can fall, not to desire, but to the pride of thinking they've defeated it. The mind is subtle, the ego is clever, and only surrender to the divine can keep us truly pure. When you think you've conquered your inner demons, that's when they return wearing a halo.